as you know, this thing is a mess. Clearly,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's all right.
it's.
All right.
But yeah, okay. Let's. Like I said, I don't have questions.
Okay.
Even though this is kind of an interview,
Okay.
it's more of like a chat, like
Yeah.
a fireside chat.
Yeah.
There was a fire that was lit in my house. I don't know if you noticed.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
The smoke billowing.
Really?
From the chimney.
I see it too.
Yeah.
Kick my shoes off.
Please do.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Because it doesn't look good on the camera. Like dilemma or dichotomy? That's the ultimate
I don't know.
the ultimate kind of dilemma and problem with high school is that, what you should be doing and what you kind of want to do if you want to go far and learn and really utilize school as a thing. It's like take hard classes, challenge yourself, do well in school. Then there are like two other things you got to do, which is like you got to nowadays, like that isn't enough because colleges are so competitive.
Yeah.
You have to like, be more than that. You have to like do community service, like hopefully have a job, do all this other stuff to like look like a well-rounded living human being on paper.
Yeah.
But also the third part is like you have to do like be a kid and
You
like
have to like have fun.
exactly. So it's almost impossible to do all that.
It's such a debacle. Like it's insane.
It's a pickle.
It's a pickle. No, it really is.
It is, yeah.
It's really funny you bring that up, actually, because I'm gonna call it an existential crisis.
Please do.
I really am.
Yeah.
Because I've been struggling to find people, this difference between someone who's actually authentic and genuine, and then the difference between the people who are putting on a complete facade.
Right.
And it's hard, because you want, and it's like you said, it's an impressionistic. If that's a word.
Yeah, there's a word. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know the word. You're impressionable.
Impressionable.
That's it.
It's impressionable. That was a high five. Yeah, and it's you want to believe people, but then on the other side, you have to play the devil's advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
Whether or not you want to take that step to actually trust this person. It's hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's people, that's part of what I think makes high school so dramatic and there's so much drama and stuff is because everybody's going through like this very tumultuous, like growing up, I don't know how to do this or that or what to think. Who am I? It is very existential. Like, who am I as a person? From little things like, what am I going to wear? How am I going to sound?
And we were talking about, in our media.
It's very like, and I think when you put a bunch of people like that in the same space, like it's bound to just be just a mess. People lie and people are fake all the time. Yeah. I was lucky because want to do well in.
I really just want to do a good job, actually. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I really just want to show that I have the ability to make something, that people will admire or enjoy, or other stuff like that. I mean, because there's a lot of things that I'm not very good at, and there's a lot of things I am good at, but I really just like to prove myself to people, because some kids like look at me like, this kid's a dumbass, and look at him, he hangs out with so-and-so, and they're just stoners, and then they ask me about my classes, and I tell them, I'm taking AP this, AP that, and oh yeah, I was in AP last year, and they're like, what? No, you're not, you're lying to me, and that does bother me, because I don't like having that, I don't like just being seen like that.
Right.
I didn't really think that much about the future, and
right.
If there's one thing that's hit me this year is that I am worried about my future.
Really?
I wanna live somewhere. I wanna live in a nice neighborhood. I don't need a big house. I live in a nice neighborhood, have a nice family. I want to be able to provide and be able to go on a vacation once a year. Realistically, that's what I want to do, and sometimes I worry because life is so unsure.
Right.
Yeah, and so sometimes it keeps me up at night a little bit, just a little bit.
Yeah. What do you think is the biggest?
Play games with my friends and just have fun. But now I'm getting to the point where
it's like, no, I can't do that. Like, to do the things I really want to do and that are important, I just started giving up stuff. Like, I remember especially towards the beginning of this year, I don't sleep as much, I don't eat as much. I just find myself so driven by the idea of being successful and of being good at like what I want to do and what I love, that I just find that it's really the bigger picture in the back of my mind that's, you know, being what I want to be and like doing what I want to do.
Right.
That really just encourages me to, okay, keep thinking about that and take that stress that it creates of getting there, and just tell yourself that's still there and I can still do it.
Yeah.
And that really just neutralizes all the stress.
I think one of the tough things about creative people is that I think they tend to be really passionate and tend to really love something, and they have a huge drive and ambition towards those things, and I think it tears them away from other things that need to be done.
Yeah.
And it sets their mind, it makes their mind, you know, this kind of mess, because every time you're not doing what you have a passion for and you have motivation for, you feel like you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
And like, that's, you know, I've had to really, and I do really love learning, and I do really like school for learning, even though school and learning are sort of different things, you know. But like, I think ever since, I think for a while recently, like, I've just found myself like for the first time ever really being like, I don't need this anymore. Like,
Sure.
I got my fill of like
Sure.
taking the classes where, you know, you're kind of like, oh, am I really going to use this? And, you know, but now I've learned all those implicit lessons that you learn from high school, like, you know, time management. I learned that time management is a thing. I think nobody perfects time management, really. You know, I've learned, you know, how to motivation and importance and of, you know, responsibility and all this kind of stuff. And, you know, I have other places where I can continue to do that, like my job and all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
And now I'm at the place where I'm like, oh, you know, about to graduate, almost turning 18. I feel like, why am I wasting my time? Why is everything I'm doing not going towards getting me to where I want to be? Because now I know where I want to be.
Sure.
Now I find myself turning in applications to get myself where I want to be. Why am I, why am I doing this and memorizing a poem for an AP class? You know, why am I? Yeah, it's just like ridiculous.
It's your decision whether it works or it doesn't. And so if I just got up one morning and said, you know what, I can do this. I'm gonna make it work. That you can overcome anything. And so when stress, when stress, just comes upon layers. I mean, I realized to myself, well, who's the one? Like, where does the stress come from? Like, does it come from like my injury? Does it come from like how much work I'm gonna have to make up? Does it come from my teachers and what they're gonna think of me when I come back? And it's like, no, my stress just, like, I literally just create my own stress. Like, a stress is an invention that I created for myself. At the end of the day, no matter how much stress I have, no matter how much workload I have, no matter how many projects I have, no matter how many classes I have, no matter how many tests I have the next day, no matter how much whatever I have, is that there is always a further vision than that. And that what drives me to get through that and to do it is that final vision that I have. And that, like, what I want to be and how great it's going to feel once I'm there. And then once I'm there, and that I'm going to look back and be like,
definitely,
wow, I can't believe I made it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just aspiring to that. And that,
oh yeah,
I find that is just what is keeping me going and what is keeping me like, man, someday. And as I'm like treading the path that I am, is that it's looking like more and more realistic every day.
I know, yeah.
And that I hope you believe in yourself as much as I believe in you, as much as I believe in myself. Thank you, baby. And as much as the people around us believe in. If you're sitting there and you're stuck and you are freaking out, I just tell myself, okay, I'm not gonna die. I will wake up tomorrow and I will be alive and I will be breathing and I will have food on the table and it's going to be all right. And that it's just, stress is just something that I create for myself, and that I can choose not to be stressed and I can choose to handle it, and to know that if I handle it properly, that what tomorrow has is going to be awesome. That's what I got. I wanna go. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And yeah.
We're done. We gotta
south of the river. south of the